Okay, we're on the main screen. Here we are.
We're here at the wall, spelt with 2 E's.
Ah, yes. Excellent reference.
I thought it was great
Mm.
from a horrible reference point of view.
Mm.
From a certain point of view.
Mm.
So, Curtis,
So Noah.
recently there was a trailer involving a certain pool of the dead,
Right?
La Piscina de la Muerta,
I saw him.
and Cog, made of rocks.
Right?
What did you think? I thought it was brilliant.
Oh, I thought it was very funny.
I didn't watch.
Talking about himself. Ryan Reynolds, that is.
Yes.
I did not watch all of it yet.
You didn't watch all of it. Ryan, the end is the best.
Ah.
Because Deadpool proclaims Thor the Dark World to be the superior movie.
Oh.
I prefer Dark World.
I'm seeing this logic.
Yep.
So interesting.
Very, very.
So that's NRC Talks Pop Culture. There's nothing else that happened. 0 things. We don't care.
Oh, speaking of,
Nope.
yeah, Loki and
nothing else
Thor
happened.
and
Yeah.
things like that. Wow, that season finale
Yeah.
Right.
sets up a lot.
Yeah, sure.
Of Loki, that is.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah, but I remember that.
Did you, by any chance, Noah, catch how many Emmys WandaVision was nominated for?
Really, WandaVision was nominated for Emmys. Who could have seen that one coming?
Yes, indeed, 23.
Wow.
Mandalorian beat it by 1 with 24.
So you're saying that I've watched the better of the 2 shows. Thank you.
Maybe. They're pretty.
Maybe.
They're pretty good. You should watch WandaVision all the way through,
Nah.
and then watch Loki all the way through, and then watch none of the Winter Soldier and Falcon.
It was that bad that Curtis doesn't even
No.
recommend it? Wow.
No,
That's
it
incredible.
was fine. It
That's
was good.
amazing.
Good content to just keep me interested.
Yeah. That's always high praise. It was
Then-
enough that I wasn't completely bored.
Then we got some Harrison Dula in
Oh yeah, that's
the
what
most recent episode
the-
of Bad Batch.
the Rebels flashback episode.
Mm.
Yes.
Also, the Bad Batch showed up for 5 seconds.
Right. It was good.
Just what everyone wanted to watch in the show named The Bad Batch, which was a flashback for Rebels.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gotta set stuff up.
No. You don't.
Just like the season finale of Loki. That sets up, like, a lot. There's a lot of stuff set up.
They didn't even get what's-his-name to say, wow.
Oh, wow.
They have...
The wow guy didn't say wow. What is this?
I mean, it isn't really a spoiler. They just, at the end, announced that there's going to be a season 2. So I'm sure they'll be able to manage a wow by the time we get to season 2.
Whatever. I'm out.
Also, I developed a fancy graphic.
We have fancy graphics.
Oh,
Just
boy.
one.
Just
That
one.
You aren't going to be able to see it. But
Nah, it will be delayed for a couple seconds. I'll see it
Um,
eventually.
Oh, yeah. I have it. I have it on my feed.
Yes.
Right, so I just popped it up. Perhaps you could guess what it says before you see it.
NRC Times. Nice.
Hey, we were
Yeah,
just
hey.
we were just watching
We
this.
were just watching Pat McAfee.
Oh man,
Nice.
What a
Excellent.
goof he is.
we'll see.
We'll see.
Any comments on the Aaron Rodgers ongoing
You know, he's gonna
situation?
play this year. I don't see him not playing because the Packers aren't gonna trade him and he can't trade himself. So I think at the very least he'll play just to prove to other teams who might be interested in acquiring him that he's still really good.
Even though last year's season wasn't enough of a indicator. It's the MVP or whatever.
Right. Like I said, he enjoys the competition, so he'll play.
Very good, very good. All right, I'm gonna turn that thingy off. Oh, there we go. Back to normal.
Fancy.
Very normal.
We're getting places.
Yep.
Though,
There's no theme music.
Yeah.
yeah,
Not yet.
yeah. Maybe we consider placement along the bottom edge. That way, it's like a news. I don't know.
I thought about, well, yeah, when I developed
We're-
it
Things to consider moving forward.
yeah, I didn't have a bar originally, so it was going to be white letters over
okay.
the blue letters at the bottom, and that was going to look goofy.
Right, it was. But you've got a bar now, so
Yeah,
things
developed a bar.
to consider.
Yes.
So, anyways, we're here for a different reason other than to talk Korg and Aaron
Loki.
Rodgers. What Loki discussion? I don't remember that. There was a movie that we were finishing our discussion on.
Was there?
There might have been.
I did finish this supposed movie.
Okay. This alleged movie.
Yes.
Ryan, what was that movie?
There's some ring. We had to go
Ring.
somewhere.
Okay. All right.
Possibly returning. I don't know.
Oh, returning of a ring to a place. Was that place Mirkwood?
It started with an M.
Okay. The Lonely Mountain. No, that doesn't start with M.
So, did they ever discuss, could Smog's flame fire breath have destroyed the ring?
I'm sure it couldn't have, because it had to be destroyed in the fires from whence it came, Curtis.
Right. But what if Smog's fire breath was equal to that of lava?
But it wasn't the fire that created it. There's a creation caveat to this.
What if Smog ate some lava and blew it back out?
That might work. I'm not sure if he could actually eat lava, but theoretically, I suppose we could have moved the lava from the volcano to the ring. That just seems equally, if not more, headache-inducing than moving the ring to the volcano where the lava is.
Interesting. All right.
Interesting. All right, so it's a movie called The Return of the King, Part 2, the extended edition, because theatrical editions are for suckers.
Yes, I did watch the DVD version this time,
The DVD
which was wonderful.
Okay.
Or
alright.
Blu-ray.
I was gonna say, you're in 480. Yikers.
Yikers. No, I could see many pixels.
But not 4K pixels.
Don't need that many. Unnecessary.
So you say, until you experience the majesty.
I mean, I have a camera that can record 4K.
Nice.
Yeah. Woohoo.
You don't have a screen that can display 4K.
Nope.
Yeah. It's kind of pointless without both. That's how they get
Right.
you.
Yeah. And I'm not spending lots of money on one of those, so.
Tragic. Well, anyways, I don't remember how the movie starts, but something happens. Very descriptive,
yeah.
I know.
Part 2.
Part 2.
If only I had a device that I could look these things
If
up on.
only. We cut away from Grond. I don't think we cut back to Grond. I think we're with Frodo and Gollum. I think. I could be wrong.
Let's take it.
I think we discussed Frodo going into the cave in part 1, and he doesn't go in until part 2. So we jumped the gun on that discussion, though.
Yes, we did.
Our discussion won't change in any way because we basically just said what happened. And what happened then happens now.
Sure.
Yes. So we might skip over that in this part 2 discussion. I would apologize, except it doesn't matter that much in the grand scheme of things.
Right.
So, yeah. Hey, Mr. Ford is in the chat.
Hello.
The one and only. He might
Look
be
at
a.
that.
He might
But
be
does
upset.
he agree, Mr. Ford,
Does he agree what?
to your statement that
Oh.
it doesn't really matter?
Well, considering we discussed it already, does it matter when we discussed it?
Hmm.
Even if we're out of chronological order slightly. We made a note of it, but our discussion wouldn't change significantly, so I don't think it matters that much.
Okay.
Yes?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
We're on board. We're all on board with something anyways. So, Ryan, what happens? You've got the thing there.
Faramir
Faramir.
is wounded,
Oh!
and he is dragged back with a couple arrows sticking in him.
Yeah.
And somehow he makes it all the way back up to the top of the
Right,
tower
right.
in like 30 seconds.
Like I said, there's an elevator somewhere.
Yeah.
And then
Somewhere.
Denethor's all, "My son is dead."
Wait,
My line is ended!
I thought that was
Yes.
part one.
Oh, was that?
Yeah, because you end part one with Grond.
Oh, maybe.
Okay. Well,
And Gandalf's at the gate.
just a quick recap.
Okay, we're recapping. Yeah, my line is ended. Fall back to the wall, defend the wall, whack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gandalf gets down real quick. Though he did have Shadowfax, so I'll give him the benefit of that one.
Okay.
Show us the meaning of haste.
Yes.
Right.
Let's see.
There's something happening.
Maybe it does.
I think we at some point go back to Rohan's camp. They're breaking camp because they're scouts. The city's
yeah.
in flames. The lower cities in siege or something.
I think that is also an extended scene because it's.
You don't need to tell me these
Ah.
things.
Right. Yeah. It's. Woohoo.
Because I think that's.
It's just a normal scene.
That's just. That's Mary and. Eowyn? Yeah.
Eowyn.
Yes.
Yes.
And they're talking about being brave, having courage, or whatever.
Yes. Those are things they talk about.
I think.
And then they put on their helmets and they're off.
Ah.
Yeah.
I am enjoying John Ford's comment.
I just killed a spider. You're welcome. At some point, once again, we're jumping around here. I watched this 2 weeks ago or something, week
Yeah.
ago, whatever. So not exactly fresh, unfortunately. At some point, we go back to Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas, and they're watching the ships go by.
Mm.
They're like,
You cannot enter
Yeah.
Gondor.
"You will go no further." That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You fire a warning shot across the bowman's ear. Mind your aim. Surely Legolas would have felt that. Come on.
Well.
Well. And then he kills Peter Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The behind the scenes for him dying is great. Yeah.
So Peter Jackson dies, and he's like, "Well, we warned you. Prepare to be boarded. You and whose army?" The
Right.
classic line. This army. Then the ghost army comes out.
Yes.
Rex.
Uh,
All right, so the sword can stop the ghosts, but not always. They can run through the sword. I'm a
This
little
is-
confused about the ghost physics interactions here.
oh, because it went through Aragorn's sword.
Yes, he
Right.
he runs through the sword.
Yes.
Time travels.
Perhaps he gave them permission to go through the sword that time.
Time
Ah,
travel's hard.
It's not time travel.
That's all I have to say.
That's all Ryan's got. Okay, all right.
The sacred timeline.
Yes.
Oh god. All right, so that BS. How does Captain America going back in time to live a life with Peggy Carter make any sense with that?
Because it was
approved by the
meant,
TVA.
it was meant to be.
Yeah, it was the approved sacred timeline.
Predetermined timelines suck. Get out of here.
Well, watch Loki and you'll see
I
what's
don't
going
care.
on.
I really don't
you'll
care.
You'll be intrigued.
Whatever. Back to a superior viewing experience. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, Part 2, Extended Edition. I don't remember what happens next. We cut back to something.
Ground breaks through
Grond?
the ground breaks through the
Okay.
doors.
All right.
And at some point, Sam goes and saves Frodo, or has he
Oh,
already
right.
done that?
Somewhere in there he does. Well,
We might have talked about that last week.
no, we stopped before Sam saves Frodo because all that cave stuff is basically right here at the beginning of the movie, and then Frodo gets jabbed by the stinger and goes limp as a boned fish or something. I don't remember what the orc says. So yeah, Sam fights evil spider, defeats the spider. Then the orcs come, grab Frodo, take him up to the tower.
Yep.
And later in the movie, Sam saves Frodo in the tower. Maybe it's now. I don't know.
It's got to be somewhere in here.
It's somewhere in there.
There's a lot of movie to this movie.
There's a lot of movie in this movie.
And this one's from my old gaffer.
Old gaffer. I wonder if you see him in the theatrical version. Don't tell me if we actually do or not. I just know he's there in the extended. Cheers, gaffer! Right in the beginning of Fellowship.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't care because I see him. I've seen him.
Yeah. So, and then we get the reveal that Sam had taken the ring.
Yes.
Oh.
Thought you were gone. And then he doesn't want to give the ring to Frodo.
Right.
The ring is tricksy.
Yeah. The ring is tricksy. Yes. All right. Gollum got thrown down a pit. I think we talked about that, but reiterate it. He went down one of those bottomless pits, so we'll see him again.
Yep.
Spoilers. Also, during Sam's siege of the tower, well, right before that, the orcs started killing each other, and that made it really easy for him to get in.
Yep.
You saw one of the one orc get away with the mithril shirt.
Yes.
And that's important for later.
Right. It's a setup
That's
for
a setup.
extended edition scene.
Yes.
The mouth of Sauron does not appear in the theatrical edition.
No.
I never want to watch the theatrical version ever. What's the point?
Have either of you watched the Mad Max movies?
No.
I've seen half of it.
Okay. Do you
the end of it, basically.
Okay.
The end half.
Like the original ones or the newest one?
Mad Max Road Fury or whatever that one is.
So that's
the
the new.
all I've seen.
Okay. That's right. We watched it at Joe's house.
Yes.
So.
But only part of it.
Yeah. In the original movies, there's this character who's like a pilot. He's kind of crazy. That guy is the actor who plays the mouth of Sauron. And it's very strange because like
I've seen that mouth somewhere.
He's a very eccentric actor who just doesn't really show up in a lot of things, and then I watch it again and I'm like, oh yeah, that's his smile. That makes sense.
Old Greybeard.
Old Greybeard.
Sauron the Great bids thee welcome. We're skipping ahead. Anyways.
Yeah,
we'll get
that's
there.
Way
We'll get there. But it's also not, considering how much movie is still left after that point.
Wow.
There's a lot of movie.
There's a lot of movie to this movie. Anyways, Grond is batting at the gates of Minas Tirith.
Yeah.
And Gandalf's rallying the troops for when the gate's gonna fall. And then the gate opens. And he's like, you are soldiers of Gondor. No matter what comes through that gate, you will stand your ground. Unless they're armored trolls.
All right. This was a level in the actual Return of the King PS2 game.
Mm-hmm.
You had to kill a lot of orcs or whatever to make it to the next, checkpoint or whatever.
Right.
Went on forever. It was fun.
John, that's a lot to ask for.
That is a lot to ask for.
I
We can barely get graphics. Curtis is waiting, or he's getting there.
Yeah,
He's getting
maybe.
there. He's reading.
There's just the copyright issues. I don't
Yeah.
know if we could.
No reaction stuff you can do.
Yeah.
You just you can't really show the movie, and you turn the audio way down of the movie for the
Right.
stream. You can hear it. Your stream can't really hear it.
Right, you could give a countdown for your viewers, like, okay,
Yes.
press play now.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Ooh, $7 a piece.
Oh wow. I'm excited.
Ryan's excited about this prospect.
12 hours? Ooh. That'd be something.
You're getting
Wonder-
paid pennies an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if Peter Jackson is planning on, the 25th anniversary or whatever, if he'll just release it on one disc. Maybe they'll release the AAA or Super Blu-ray disc where it's the whole thing, it's 12, 13, 14 hours just on one disc, so you never have to get up and switch it.
Oh boy.
What I want is the cuts of each movie where each movie is 12 hours because he just kept filming stuff.
Ah.
Oh, my.
I think it'd be fun.
Probably enough
Could happen.
material.
Maybe they'll bring back some of the people to film new scenes now that they're all older, and they can just use that for their, the
post
super wrap up.
Yeah. The post finale's finale.
Like in the credits of some movies, they have like a picture of the person. It says, John Doe was da 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 da. They can just use that quick.
Sure. Right.
Right. Be a good use of money.
Sure.
Studio money.
But anyways, Gondor or Minas Tirith is in flames.
Yes.
And at some point, Pippin's running down to grab Gandalf because Denethor is trying to burn himself and Faramir.
Pippin was pretty quick. He must have hitched a ride on one of the Nazgul.
Nah, he found that elevator.
Oh yeah.
Curtis, there has to be. There's got to be something. There's no way. That man runs up and down that tower with his stubby little legs and his tiny little lungs too many times.
Yeah. So is it at that point that Gandalf is confronted by the Witch King or whatever?
Well, Pippin goes and grabs Gandalf, and he's like, he's burning Faramir alive! And then they're riding back up. And then the Nazgul appears, and then the Rohirrim show up.
Yep.
Oh yes, and it distracts
Yes.
Witch King man.
Yep. This is my hour.
My power.
Oh, power.
Because then he
Okay.
destroys Gandalf's staff, which he gets back later, which is confusing.
Well, Gandalf is the White Wizard. He can
Conjure up a new staff?
or
Sure.
He gathered up the pieces quick and
Magic them back together.
yeah,
Okay.
boom.
Alright.
I like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Makes more sense.
It was one of those things where it seemed like, oh, this was a cool extended scene, but then they knew that it wasn't going to be in the theatrical cut, so then they just kept him with his staff, and then in the extended cut, those scenes are still in there. That's what it seems like to me. I have no
could
clue.
be.
I don't know.
So the Rohirrim shows
The
up.
Rohirrim shows up, and my god, I'd follow Theoden King to the death. Death.
Oh right.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
It's
you,
a lot of horses.
it's a lot of horses. There's a lot of violin.
Yep.
It's
Yes.
great.
And then you see a lot of computer-generated horses falling.
Yeah. But also, you see a lot of real horses running, and
Right.
real people falling.
Ah, yes.
Yep. They called like every New Zealander who had a horse and got them out there.
Hey,
That
whatever,
must have been fun.
whatever
Yeah.
works.
Whatever works. The Rohirrim break the siege briefly, and then the elephants show up.
Yep.
And I'm like, where in the hell were those things that they were 10 steps away?
Other side of the river.
Other side of the river, of course. Across the Pelennor fields.
Yes. Had to, taking a nice little
It's a
walk.
big field, large
Yeah.
field.
It's a real big field. Yeah. So then the elephants show up, and they're stomping around. Horses not so good against elephants,
No.
apparently.
No.
Especially when they're giant elephants.
And they have those
They're all they
spikes.
fought. Yeah, right. They've got their tusks.
Yeah.
And their spiky things attached to tusks.
The one that has, like, the spikes going from one tusk to the other,
Yes.
where he's just mowing down horses. So it's just like, whoa. That's a lot.
That's a lot. And once again, someone has to tell them to aim for the head.
Right. yeah.
Aomer. I'm like, man, these guys just aren't that bright, are they?
Well, they were trying for the legs quite a bit. Throwing their spears and...
I mean, Eowyn did okay with going for the legs.
I think she cut an Achilles or two.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
She smashed some tendons up, and that elephant
Gotcha.
was not happy about it.
No. Not happy.
But yeah, you have some. The Rohirrim, while not doing great, they're not being crushed completely yet. Because the King Theoden, he rallies the troops to me, and then Nazgul shows up and kills him.
Yep. Ooh. It's a tasty little king snack.
Yep.
Poor Theoden.
Eowyn, having been thrown off her horse just before that, runs up and saves him.
Right.
You will not touch him. She gets through the evil beast thing, his head, in like one swipe. That's really impressive.
Yeah. Well, I think it took two, didn't it? 2 hits?
Maybe, I suppose, maybe she had freshly sharpened her sword
Ah, yeah.
to cut through the tendons.
Yes.
Right.
How it got through the bones so easily is slightly more beyond me, but okay.
You never know. She might be a
She hit the joint.
ancient beast.
Big neck. It's got joints.
What's that called?
I don't know.
Where maybe she knows their physiology very well.
Ah, she studied the fell beasts of Mordor
Yes.
at
The elective.
the elective at Golden Hall College
Yes.
with their farming and horses. I'm just saying, she gets through that a little easy.
It was pretty quick.
It's almost like they were trying to get rid of it so she could fight the Witch King. Crazy.
But then she
I was saying
fights.
Pippin. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Not important. I mixed up hobbits. It's okay.
Okay.
We'll be fine.
So they fight and they fight and they fight.
Right, and he has his ridiculous oversized.
I felt real embarrassed bringing it up. I had to hide it under my shirt.
The big, what's it called?
The-
Flail?
It's not a mace. It's
No.
It's something
I think
else.
it's a flail. John Ford, what is it called? You know. I know you know. And I know you know that I know that you know. Maybe he'll get back to us. Anyways, he's swinging it around, and she breaks her arm
Right.
when the shield smashes, or gets smashed. Then
Flail.
It is a flail. Yes, I was correct. Thank you. Mary shows up and stabs the Witch King in the back with the one of the swords provided to him by Aragorn all the time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Doesn't go too well for him though. It's a
well,
little painful.
looks a little painful.
It weakened him enough.
It weakened him enough. You know, I think we brought this up in Fellowship, but those swords in the books came from the Barrow Downs, and those swords would have been created to destroy undead creatures. So, in theory, if, the movies follow that those swords were created for that purpose, it would have weakened the Witch King enough for Eowyn to finish him.
Makes sense.
Theoretically.
It's like, I'm sure in a video game that would have been the point where the cutscene would have come. And then the little hobbit would have done the stabbing, and then you would have continued the fight for another 15 minutes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or if it was a video game after the year 2010, it would have been a QuickTime event. That would have sucked.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. That's one of those things where it's basically a cutscene, but you're just mashing like a button.
Oh, right. Wow.
Yeah, it's boring and dumb.
Right.
I'm just getting
God we kinda
Force
got rid of
Unleashed
those.
2
Exactly.
flashbacks.
The industry has more or less gotten rid of QuickTime events. Thank God. Thank that gods.
Not in that Star Wars whatever with
Rogue
Jedi.
Squadron.
No, Jedi.
Oh, Jedi Fallen Order?
Yeah, Jedi. Fallen.
Yeah. Well, can't win them all.
Yep.
And situationally, they're okay, but whatever. Anyways, she defeats the Witch King, and its face implodes. It's kind of cool.
Right.
Some really good effects in this movie.
I think around this time, that's when Aragorn shows up.
Oh yeah,
with
the Undead Army.
The Undead.
Yeah. He actually saves Gondor. We kind of glossed over the heartfelt moment between Pippin and Gandalf.
Oh yeah.
Well, they saved Faramir first, but then they're behind a little wall and or the door, and it's getting smashed in by a troll, and they're like, "I never thought it would end this way." And he's like, talks about the Undying Lands or something.
White Shores.
That's it.
Right. Not necessary. I'm pretty sure that scene was not in the theatrical version, because
Why do you tell me these things?
yeah, what point does it really serve? But
And we skipped over the part where Denethor ran 3 football fields while on fire
oh yes.
to run off the front of
Well, it
that.
has to be even further than 3 football fields. I mean,
Whatever.
Oh yeah,
in
because
that
the crypt
little
is in
area.
that
Yeah,
back
the crypt
area.
is way
Yeah.
back. So 5 football fields
yeah.
while on fire.
Whoa.
I guess he just felt determined. I don't know.
The adrenaline.
Yeah.
The robes were thick. Took a while to get from robe to
Uh-huh.
skin.
Sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, Aragorn shows up with the undead army, and they, unsurprisingly, I think, the undead army does real well against living things.
Yes.
It's almost like they can't die. Who could have seen that one coming?
John Ford says that White Shores was in the theatrical.
He would know.
Oh.
He is an expert.
Yeah.
Some would
Oh.
say an expert.
It's intriguing.
Hmm.
White Shores.
I mean, it is a very nice, heartfelt moment. It brings gravity, some much needed grounding to the situation.
I just think it's cool because when Gandalf is talking and he's describing the Undying Lands, they start playing the theme
Yeah.
to the Grey Havens,
Right.
and it's
yeah.
just like, oh,
Foreshadowing.
my heartstrings. This is so nice.
It's nice.
Whoa, we have a Liam
Oh my.
in the chat.
Lords.
Wow.
Mr. Bennett,
Whoa.
Intriguing.
it is nice to hear from you.
Congrats
Welcome.
on the marriage.
He's getting married?
He got married.
He got married? Liam, you didn't even invite me to the wedding? What is this?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Liam has left the live stream.
Shalom.
We are gonna have words later, but we have currently I have a live stream to finish. So for a 2.5 hour movie.
Good move. I like it.
Fair enough. Okay. Anyways, where were we? Undead Army showing up.
Yep.
Yep. They
Yep.
win handily. Imagine that.
Gimli has the
It still only
wonderful
counts
quote.
as one.
Still only
No,
counts
well,
as one.
that part too. I was thinking of him. It could come in real handy.
Oh yeah.
That thing.
Despite the fact they're dead. And then they've just
Aragorn
blow
sets
away.
them free, and then you have people searching the long deceased battlefield.
Liam, you're in for a long night.
Okay. Interesting.
Or a short night. Depends on how you think about it.
Huh. Interesting. Anyways. Did I do that one just to punish you? You'll never know.
Right. So they find what's her face.
Eomer,
Right.
or Eowyn. They find Mary. Well, Pippin finds Mary.
We finally see Aragorn do some healing.
Some healing.
Nice.
He's got his healing
Good.
hands.
Yeah, that was a big thing in the book. He like him going and helping in the healing house after the battle was like one of the things that convinced Gondor that he was the king returning.
Because the Dunedains were known for
Yes,
such things.
Their great healing prowess. So they have a little allusion to that here with him saving Eowyn.
It's nice.
And then they're talking, and they're like, Frodo. They talk about Frodo.
I think we gotta go back to what's his name? Well, Frodo and Sam. They break out.
Right,
They
that happened.
are in disguise.
Yes, they're walking through Mordor.
Yep. And they get over that hill,
All right, and there's
and that's where it
the
goes
giant
back.
army of orcs. It's like, oh, how are we gonna get past all that, Mr. Frodo? And then they're like,
Let's just walk down the hill.
let's
Right.
start with making it down the hill, right?
And then it's Gandalf saying, "Frodo has passed beyond my sight."
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Like, we have to give him a chance. We will draw his eye away, cause a distraction. Yeah. Certainty of death. Small chance of success. What are we waiting for? Great line.
Yep.
Sauron will know it's a trap.
We have to convince him to keep his eye on us. So Aragorn takes out the Palantir, the lost seeing stone.
Right.
You
Did
remember
they-
the blade that defeated you. Yeah. Huh?
Wasn't Denethor supposed to also have a seeing stone?
Yes, because he was supposed to go crazy because of it.
Right. Is that only in the book then? That wasn't in
No, it's
any of
not
the
in
movie
the
stuff?
movie.
It's also in the animated movie.
Huh.
With Aruman.
Not
No,
that one.
That's
Oh.
the other animated movie.
Yes. Okay.
So this is the one that came out after the Hobbit animated movie. So
So
yeah, he looks really creepy in this movie, in the animated movie. I don't know. It's strange.
So what they decide in that meeting? Hey, we're gonna
right.
go do
But-
this.
Then Aragorn grabs the Palantir to anger to grab the
Poke-
attention of.
Poke him like, hey.
Hey,
buddy,
look at me!
hi."
I'm the king. I've
Poke,
returned.
poke.
I'm gonna challenge you or something. And then he
Right.
drops the Everstar, Evening Star, the whatever.
Even Star.
Whatever. That thing.
Oh, right, like in his vision.
Yes, the vision. And it's still in slow motion, even when it happens in real time. It's almost like they filmed it once and just reused it.
Eh.
Whatever.
Did they really, or did Peter Jackson have like 8 different takes?
Who knows? But you know, has 8 different outfits. Aragorn.
He does.
one of his, like, I think it's like 4 different costume changes between now and the end of the movie. He goes from Ranger to Ranger Gondorian guy to Gondorian King to whatever he's wearing when Frodo wakes up back in Rivendell.
Right.
He likes his clothes.
He likes his clothes. He's good. He's got great selection going for him. Welcome to real time, Liam.
And
Please.
Not only is he on a television, he's in 4:3 aspect ratio.
Right. Classic.
Classic.
There's also like a glare on the screen from the camera's picking up a glare and it's covering up my mouth like perfectly. It's very strange.
Oh yeah.
We'll fix that some other day.
Uh,
Too late now.
Yep. So what the army kind of heads off, and then
Yes.
Faramir and what's her face,
Stay behind and
yeah.
kind of,
Like,
sort of
hey.
start a relationship.
I think in reality they do get in
They
the
do.
books anyway.
Well,
right?
yeah, and it's kind of, sort of shown
Yeah.
when they're standing next to each other at the coronation.
Right.
The implication
coronation.
is they got together.
Yeah.
I think.
Because at some point I was reading just all the supposed histories that of what happened to each character
Mm-hmm.
after, and there are a lot of them, of course, because there are a lot of characters.
Yep.
Um,
The army goes to the Black Gate.
right. And then all the armies start moving in Mordor.
Right, and
Yep.
Frodo and Sam are caught up in it. But then they start fighting. Hit me, Sam! Start fighting! Get off me, you piece of maggot!
Right. Yeah, just when the inspector
Yes.
Yep.
kind of, well, I mean, none of the orcs really look great, but that one was particularly nasty.
Nasty business.
So they get away from
Yes,
the
they
orcs.
slip out. And the armies are drawn to the Black Gate. And then we meet the mouth of Saruman. Or Sauron.
Yeah.
Wrong S name, sorry.
Yeah,
Saruman's dead
Yes.
in the movie. In the book, not so much.
Yeah.
That whole scourge of the Shire.
Right. So they digitally enlarged
The mouth.
on his face, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Originally, they were going to turn the mouth sideways.
Yeah, I remember that one.
It's like they have some test footage in some of the appendices, I think. It's really strange. Like, I'm glad they just went for the enlargement, because it's just like...
That would have been very weird.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird.
You know, they were trying.
They were trying stuff. Well, originally, Sauron was going to come out of the Black Gate and fight Aragorn.
Yeah.
As I'm sure you remember, Curtis.
I
From that
don't.
one time you watched the appendices 10 years ago.
Yeah, I haven't watched them in a long time.
That's what I figured.
But now that I have them on
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray again,
How handy.
There you go.
The appendices did not get up-resed.
so I've heard. I'm sure they didn't really have,
All that film sitting around.
or yeah.
Any of
I
it.
just don't even know if they would have filmed bonus features in HD in
I don't think they did. No.
99 through 2003. So.
Nah, they wouldn't have. But that's okay. You still get to enjoy them.
Are they all in 4:3, or are they in widescreen?
I don't remember.
480?
There's a bunch, like most of the on-set stuff. It looks like it was all filmed VHS tape, so it's all 4:3. As for
Mhm.
like actual sit-down interview stuff, I don't remember. I'd have to go and watch it again.
Yeah.
Lots of it is 4:3.
Interesting.
Aragorn cuts off the head of the mouth of Sauron.
I do not believe him.
I will not. Oh, right, because he pulls out the mithril shirt and shows
Yeah.
them.
Ah.
See,
Right.
payoff to that setup.
Yeah.
I
I
wonder.
guess that concludes negotiations.
Yes.
Another classic.
Oh, he nails his lines
Yes.
perfectly. So I wonder, do they not show the orc get away with the mithril shirt in the theatrical version? If the Mouth of Sauron's not there, like that setup would pay off nothing.
Yeah, they probably don't.
Okay, it's weird to think about
Yeah.
because that seems kind of important to me. Anyways, then
I
the
don't
gate
remember.
opens up, and
And somehow
fall
the
back.
body of
Oh,
the
right, that
horse and
disappears.
all
Oh,
that
yeah.
disappears.
Well, you also notice, if you're paying attention, that like the Gondor Rohan army is kind of on this hill. The hill disappears, and the
Right.
horses that Aragorn, Gandalf, and all them are riding disappear.
Right.
And it's just like, oh, they're on foot now. Where'd the horses go? Whatever.
Sent him back to Gondor.
Yeah, they were like, get out of here.
Gotta save the horses.
Aragorn has a great impassioned speech. It's a great speech.
Yes.
Speech at the Black Gate. If like, just look up Aragorn's speech at the Black Gate if you haven't seen it. It's incredible.
Right.
While all this is happening, Frodo and Sam, they're
getting
walking.
closer. Yeah. They're so close.
They
It's
get
so
tired.
close. Yeah, they do.
They take off their,
Their armor?
Armor?
Yes,
Yes.
their orc armor.
and then at one point Sauron almost catches them.
But then that's when the Mouth of Sauron's head got cut off.
Oh yeah.
That's
yeah.
what makes
Ah,
him
yeah.
turn away, because he was looking right at him. It's like, oh, something's going on at the gate. I'm not going to pay attention to those hobbits I just saw.
Right.
They're not important. Not important.
It could have been anything. Might have been an optical illusion. He's looking at it from quite a ways away.
Yes. So do I, John. So do I. Would have been too good. The Gondor Rohan army gets surrounded.
Yep.
Yep. They look tiny in
They look
comparison.
tiny. Aragorn looks disheartened for a second. Looks like he might give up. But then Gandalf does the hand wavy thing,
Yeah.
and then he's like, for Frodo.
Right.
And then you see two hobbits charge.
Ah.
They're so
And
short.
they're all running.
Then they're all running. Ah.
It's a lot of running.
There's lots of running. There's lots of swords. There's lots of stabbing. Frodo is very, very, very tired.
Yep.
And he just kind of collapses.
Right.
He has this little moment of, I'm gonna keep crawling, and then he falls down again.
Yep.
He's
And I think it's when Sam picks Frodo up, they recue the
The Grey Havens.
On the horizon.
Yep.
That thing.
Yep.
But it's a French horn. It's great.
I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you.
Ah.
He could have tossed him into the.
Ah.
You know, it would have saved a lot of trouble near the end.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Dangerous for little hobbits to climb so high. Gollum shows back up.
Hey.
He made it really far, really quickly, undetected.
He's
He's a sneaky.
Sneaky.
Sneaking. You just startled me, was all. What were you doing?
Sneaking.
That was this movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, but like
Part
an hour
one,
and a
yeah.
half ago.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so much movie. So yeah, there's Gollum trying to get the ring back to stop Frodo from throwing it in the volcano. And they're scuffling while Aragorn and the army is fighting at the gate. And first the other Nazgul show up, then the Eagles show up, then there's a troll that they digitally inserted over Sauron.
You can still see like a point of Sauron's like big helmet.
Okay.
It
Now I know.
pokes out of the troll.
It's weird that they did that. I mean, why would they have put Sauron down there in the first
Well,
place?
it was an idea. He was, his power was being drawn back in. He had enough to physically manifest, but then Peter Jackson was like, "Yeah, this wasn't in the book at all. I probably shouldn't do this." So yeah.
Yeah.
interesting.
So he put a troll over it. Job well done.
Ah, yes, the troll.
The troll.
Uh,
Aragorn stabs the troll's foot with his cool curvy knife that he deflected after that orc pulled it out of his leg and threw it at him.
yeah.
Ah, good times.
Right.
Same knife.
Yeah.
We have a lot of. At some point in here, everything starts going into slow motion.
Yeah,
Mhm.
when
The
he's
fighting.
getting his chest stepped on, and Legolas is like, "No, Aragorn!" And he's trying to push through the 800 orcs between him.
Right.
Is this
We-
like? Is this during when Frodo is like he can't decide whether or not he
Maybe.
wants to throw the ring
Yeah,
in?
it's possible.
I don't.
I'm here, Sam.
Right.
Let it go,
What are you waiting for?
Frodo. Not again, Sam. If I take one more step, it'll be the farthest away from home I've ever been. Oh, what a great meme.
No.
If only.
If only. There is, on YouTube, there is a version of, it's the theatrical cut, but every time he takes another step, they insert that. I wish it was the extended, 'cause that'd be even better.
Be a long
It'd
movie.
be a very long movie.
So Sam, or Frodo.
Frodo's like, the ring is mine.
Mhm.
And then, luckily, Gollum's
Gollum's there.
smart. Yes, Gollum knows what's
He
going on.
he whacks Sam in the back of the head with a rock, and then he sees the footsteps. He's like, I know what being invisible's like. That's Frodo, invisible. All right, time to get on him and
Bite,
Bite
off
off
his
his
finger.
get the ring back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds of a carrot.
Yeah. Kind of disturbing.
Yeah, just a little.
Oh well. It was PG-13.
Yep. Then he's happy, and then he's dancing, and then Frodo goes back. Frodo fights.
Yes.
He wants that darn
He
ring
wants
back.
that darn ring, and they go off the edge. But they
Yeah.
do the classic. Oh, he went over the edge. He's probably holding on.
Sure enough.
But Gollum got the ring for
Mhm.
5 seconds. He was so happy, and then he hit the lava.
Yep.
I like it how in the book, Frodo didn't like try to tackle him or take the ring back. Gollum just he was so excited he tripped.
It's so much more anticlimactic.
I have always thought that the effect of the ring finally melting is a little anticlimactic too.
It's
You'd
a-
think
yeah.
that something would happen, like a little more grandiose would happen.
Yeah, it just kind of dissolves.
Yeah.
Oh well. So Sam pulls Frodo up, and convinces him, "No, don't you let go." So he gets him up, and they're running out as the volcano explodes. The
Mhm.
Mordor kind of explodes.
Mhm. Yeah, that I think. Well, is the tower falling? Is that a practical falling effect, or is that just a digital recreation of the tower?
Believe it's digital.
Uh,
I know when it does the explosion thing, that's pure digital for
Oh, yeah.
sure,
yeah, 100%.
and that's a really cool effect.
Mhm.
But I'm pretty sure that's a digital creation.
Hmm.
Oh well, can't win them all.
And then we get the first of like a million fade outs, fade to blacks.
Well, yeah, you do, and then the eagles show up,
Yep.
saves. It's over. It's done. I can see the Shire with my
Yeah.
waking eyes.
I can't remember the taste of food.
Yeah. The eagles show up. There, people. I'm not sure if people are reading into it too much, but people have pointed out that there are 3 eagles that come to pick up Sam and Frodo, and the third eagle might have been for Gollum.
Oh.
Ah,
Well.
Gandalf, ever optimistic.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, it's kind of a sad thought.
Hmm.
Oh well.
Better to be prepared.
I don't know.
So is the thought or idea that once Mordor was crumbling and disintegrating, then Gandalf's sight was able to extend because the
Yes.
evil presence was gone? Is that the
yeah.
idea?
Yeah.
And then he knew where to, it was like a homing beacon. Like, pick up Frodo and say, I'm there.
Sure. Or maybe he just had hope and started flying around that exploding volcano in hopes that he would find him.
Ah, that could be.
Could be. But yeah, we get ending number 1. The Fellowship is reunited, minus Sean Bean.
Just one more scene.
Just one more scene, Sean. Thank you, John. I'm glad that you enjoyed my little joke. Sean, just one more scene.
So
They're in Rivendell?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then they go from Rivendell to Gondor so that Aragorn gets crowned.
Right.
And you have him. Apparently, even Vigo was struggling to find the motivation to start singing this song.
Right. But he's released some music, I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
Perhaps as a result of his booming success in this film.
It's possible.
It's probable, even.
And there's the "You bow to no one."
Well, right after you got Arwen showed up.
Yeah.
And she wasn't dead, so.
All right.
It's nice. It's happy.
It's happening. Oh no.
It's happening.
Oh no. Oh no.
What's happening?
It's a meme. The "It's
Oh.
happening" meme.
Oh, from
It's
The
happening.
Office?
The Office, I don't think was the original version of that meme, but that's a version.
It's happening.
Yeah. As we said earlier, you see Arwen, Eowyn, and Faramir.
Yeah.
They're off. I think in the books it says Éomer becomes king of Rohan.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because he's
I think you're right.
he's
Yeah.
the next male descendant.
Cool beans. So Carl Rural becomes king because he's not urban. Haha. He's rural, Curtis. He's not urban in this movie.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Ah.
Gotcha.
I thought it
Good
was
one.
slightly clever. Humorous to a degree.
So what?
Right, you
then-
bow to no one.
Right.
They're all
Big
just kind of
bow.
standing there awkwardly, and John Ford hates that the CGI looks terrible in that scene.
Yeah.
Well,
For 2003,
It's okay.
it's okay.
Proportions don't match up real well.
Yeah.
The hobbits are kind of giant. It's weird.
does your 4K edition address?
I
any of
doubt
that?
it. They didn't re-render anything, Curtis.
Right.
They were just like, up res, you're good to go.
Strange.
I would prefer them to leave it as it was. I don't want Peter Jackson to go and George Lucas his movies. McClunky.
But he could make it better.
Uh-huh. Okay, George.
Could include flashbacks to The Hobbit now that he has Hobbit source material.
Oh.
So when are we going to talk about The Hobbit?
Oh.
I just...
You
don't
just?
know.
You don't know. Interesting.
What does it fade out as the big helicopter shot is
Yeah.
zooming away from
I want to say yes.
the top of the tower or whatever?
And then they go
Yeah.
back to the Shire.
Right.
They ride in with all their fancy clothes.
Their fancy clothes and their ponies,
All right.
And
The old
the
old guy is still there.
looking grumpy.
Yep.
There's the Scourge of the Shire did not happen.
No.
No. You see it in the Palantir, the seeing pool, not the Palantir.
Yeah.
The seeing pool in Lothlorien.
Right.
Yep.
Yes.
This pool shows you things that were, things that are, and things that even the extended editions will not show you.
Ah.
Scourge of the Shire.
Darn.
Yep.
Well, it is what it is.
It is what it is. They're back and they're enjoying life. Frodo's writing.
Yep. Sam gets married.
Sam gets married. They got it in one
Alright.
take.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
One more take.
Well, no, not the one more. When Sean Astin's wife was kind of
Yeah.
weird about him kissing other people, so there's like they told his wife that they got the kiss in one take.
Oh, right. Yes.
And when you see him and what's her name playing Mary, was that the
Oh.
the Hobbit he gets married to?
Yeah.
When you see them like joyous and laughing, that's because Billy Boyd and Vigo kissed off like behind the camera.
Nice.
So that's what they were laughing at.
Oh, you know.
Vigo just gave me this really passionate kiss.
Oh.
So that was that. Frodo finishes writing
Mhm.
The Lord of the Rings.
No,
Ah, yes.
he doesn't finish it. There's a little bit left.
Well, he finishes writing his story, The Lord of the Rings. He doesn't fill up the whole book, but he finished writing.
Can you imagine if they would have gone all meta and Frodo would have been like, changing my name to J.R.R. Tolkien.
What? Oh, I see what you did. That's terrible. I hate it.
Hate is such a strong word.
It is, and I'm using it now. We have some guitar action. You're welcome. Now are we at the Grey Havens?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ending 17.
We're first there in the carriage with Bilbo,
All right, Bilbo shows up.
and
I'm afraid I've lost your ring, Uncle.
Yeah.
I mean, we're at the point that Jack Nicholson walked out of the theater.
yeah. Oh, that was like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah. Too many endings.
There's too many.
What happened?
There are a lot of endings. It goes on. Yeah, Bilbo shows up, and then they go to the port, and then they go to the Grey Havens.
Yep.
And if you pay attention, Sean Astin's not wearing the vest in one of the scenes.
Ooh.
His vest disappears.
Yep.
Because he forgot it when they went to lunch.
Yep.
But the take was really good, so they kept it in the movie and just hope you wouldn't notice. I noticed.
Thought you wouldn't notice, but I did.
But I did. That man's playing Galaga. Frodo gets on the ship, and then the weight of his journey is lifted, and he's happy again.
Yep.
He does his Elijah smile.
Right. And then the ship is floating slowly.
And you think the movie's over, but then Sam goes back to his hobbit hole.
Oh, right. I honestly forgot about that.
I'm glad that I remembered. And then he closes the door, and then the movie's over.
Yes.
And the movie's over.
Then you roll
Right.
credits. And you're like, that was a lot of endings.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
But overall, what an incredible journey that Frodo goes through.
Mm-hmm.
In a time filled with mirth and magic, you begin to lose time within yourself. Do you agree with this quote from Frodo?
I guess.
It's a bad question. Curtis, do you agree with that quote from Frodo?
I don't know. Do I?
Yes. Do you?
Do 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 do. What else?
He's
I
he's
don't
got
know.
nothing. He's got
I
nothing.
got absolutely nothing.
That's okay. But Curtis, your thoughts about The Lord of the Rings: Return of the King?
I mean, I saw the original version in theaters
Yep.
in December of 2003, whenever
Whenever
that
the
was.
movie came out.
It was a long movie to watch
It was a long movie to watch.
in theaters.
But you came out of that theater going, yay? That was cool?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, all right.
I was with my buddies Brett and Jordan.
Ah,
So-
yes. Truly a magical time.
Yeah, and I'm sure after that we went back to Brett's house and played probably the Return of the King video game all night.
Yeah,
Sure, that's what ended up happening.
probably. Good times.
Yep.
Ryan, your thoughts?
That was a long movie.
It was a long movie. That's all he's got.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, yes, it is indeed a long movie. It is a movie that finishes the journey of Frodo Baggins and the Fellowship, bringing a resolute ending to Frodo's journey. The 17 different endings are the final steps.
Right.
It allows him to come to peace and finally depart for the next land, the Grey Haven.
What if Amazon changes their
Oh, God.
the title of their show to the Grey Havens and it's just all about the Grey Havens?
It's just the elves.
Just the elves
Laying
and a
around.
couple
Frodo
hobbits.
and Sam and
Frodo and Bilbo.
Maybe it'll be. What if
Sam
it's?
was allowed to go there too because he
was
carried
a
the
ring.
ring.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Yep.
Didn't know.
Maybe
I've
it's.
learned something.
Maybe it'll be a show about Legolas smuggling Gimli into the Grey Havens.
I'm in.
I like this.
That's like the greatest thing. It's like, but
It'll
I like
be
him so
like-
much.
It's like an Office or Parks and Rec mockumentary about how all their different foils and bringing him over.
Sounds terrible. I'll watch it. I'd watch it. Yes. Having watched this, Curtis, what are your thoughts about the Amazon Lord of the Rings show? The rumors around it. About
I
it.
mean, all I've read is that it's supposed to take part, in the Second Age?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they've got a lot to work with there. They can pretty much, well, I guess I haven't read any of the source material, so I don't really know.
There isn't a lot of source material around the Second Age. It's part of the reason they went there.
Freedom.
Yes, so people, quote unquote, can't be angry that they're breaking canon, even though they're still going to be angry because you're doing a bunch of dumb stuff.
Well, we'll
What
see.
else is new?
Well, probably, maybe they'll have an in-depth retrospective about Sauron and the horrors he's faced and why he had to do this. You know.
That's not the point of the Lord of the Rings. It's like Lord of the Rings is not about shades of gray. It was the invention of classical fantasy, good and evil.
You think they're gonna bring Ian McKellen back?
All I know is my gut says maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Be interesting. Can't bring Christopher Lee back.
No.
Oh,
He'll probably. How old is Ian McKellen now?
He's getting up there.
Patrick Stewart turned 81.
Yeah, and they're close.
Yeah. So he's about the same age as Christopher Lee when he was in the Lord of the Rings movies, or at least the Hobbit movies.
Maybe. I don't know. Christopher Lee was like 90 something when he died.
Yeah.
And that was shortly after The Hobbit, so 80s would have been closer to Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
But if it sucks, we can always go back and watch this incredible trilogy with its incredible actors like Elijah Woods with his big blue eyes and his American voice.
Honestly, I thought you were about to say instead of watching that, we can stay on Amazon Prime and watch The Expanse.
We could do that too. Curtis,
Ah,
you
The
should watch
Expanse.
The Expanse.
Yes.
Well, I just finished up Loki, so
Alright.
that's good. Gotta keep watching The Bad Batch, though.
But that's not the
Get through
only
that.
thing you watch.
Gotta watch. Oh, the Bucks. Are the Bucks playing? Yeah, they'd be playing. Yeah, they're probably playing right now.
Yeah.
I haven't been paying attention.
What-
NRC talks
NBA.
NBA, yeah.
So,
Let's check.
I don't
What game-
watch basketball.
what game is this in the?
This is game 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's
Bucks
the?
and 6. That's what people
Oh,
say.
it starts at 8. That's right. It starts
Oh.
at 8.
It starts late.
It starts in 2 minutes. Okay.
2 minutos.
Are they on California time or what's going on here?
No, this game is it's in Milwaukee. So
Oh.
Milwaukee.
we could continue this live stream and just do a live reaction to Buck stuff.
Oh,
Except
boy.
you guys wouldn't be able to hear it
Yeah.
or see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
So
very
it'd just
entertaining,
be me
especially for me who isn't really a basketball fan. This sounds incredibly entertaining. In a I'm gonna want to kill myself kind of way.
Ah.
Oh.
Yeah. Ooh.
And it's pretty exciting stuff.
Sure. Sure. Well, we've talked for hours now about a
Yes.
movie that takes hours to watch. So, if the math checks out, which I haven't double checked it yet, but I believe we are at that time where the end must come. But unlike The Lord of the Rings, we are not going to have 17 different endings. We're going to have a single ending and then we're going to be gone.
Oh, I should have coordinated with you guys. I could have faded it to black like 17 times here.
That would have required way more thinking ahead than we had,
Yeah.
especially when we weren't sure if this was going to work today.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
The technical difficulties resolved themselves when I restarted the computer.
Ah.
IT solution.
Wait, we didn't try turning it off and back on last week?
Well, I tried restarting the program. I tried restarting Chrome. I didn't
Okay.
try restarting the computer.
I feel like we should have. Oh well.
I had also tried unplugging
Tragic.
the devices,
Mm.
everything except that. But
Well, it
You-
works
next week
now.
we'll be reviewing Loki in all of its glory and entirety.
Have fun. I'll be here. Flying the ship.
Yep.
But speaking of tragedies, Elijah Woods made a movie called Flipper. Very famous movie. The dolphin is dead. Did you know this?
Did you ever see? Was it
Died
the
in a
movie
car accident.
Sin City
No.
Yes.
or whatever that he is he in that one? Is that
He
the one
is.
with him?
He's
He's
in
a
that?
weird character in that
Yeah,
movie.
he's. I don't know if I want to spoil it for Noah, but he
Go for it. I'm probably
faces
not
a-
going to watch it.
Oh well, it's a rather gruesome ending for his character.
Oh,
It
okay.
is.
No. I'm not going to remember it if I ever watch it, so.
Well,
Hmm.
essentially, he gets tied up to something, and this dog is just eating him
Huh.
while
Sounds
he's
fun.
alive, and he like doesn't break face, like he's just like he's
J-
creepily not affected by any of it,
Yeah.
and
Well, he's
the
like
main
a s-
character is not happy that that's the result.
Yeah. Well, he's like a psycho killer.
Right. Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's just
What's
Going
that other
on.
movie that he's in with the dimensions, crazy time dimensions, and the bunny and all that?
Crazy time
Huh?
dimensions and the bunny.
Shoot.
I only
Why
know
can't
about
think?
Flipper.
Oh no, this is.
I know about
another,
Spy Kids.
Oh, right. Spy Kids 3D. He was the guy.
Are you talking about that
I
movie?
watched this movie once. With
And-
Mike.
Of course, Spy Kids 3D is great because it mentions Corinthian leather.
Yes, it
The
does.
Chrysler Cordoba, made
Oh,
with
he's in
real.
Deep Impact. I forgot about that one.
Yep, I remember that.
He's a voice actor in Red vs. Blue for like season 10. He voices Sigma.
Oh.
So Curtis, you should watch Red vs. Blue so you can hear Elijah Wood be a voice actor.
Oh, yeah.
Are you talking about that really weird movie with that like evil-looking bunny?
Yes, that is what
Huh?
I'm talking about. I
Uh,
can't remember the stinking name.
It has what's his name from October Sky in it.
Huh?
Why isn't it showing up in these lists of movies?
I assume because he purged it from existence because it was so strange.
No. It was it's an intriguing movie. It's what the heck? Where is it? Film. Okay, here we go. Came out in the 2000s, I'm pretty sure.
Well, it looks like I lied. We're having multiple endings.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
Classic.
perfect.
I don't know if I feel bad or not. Guess we'll find out later.
Am I thinking of the right movie?
I have no clue.
Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm thinking of a different movie.
You may
Gosh,
be.
I really thought that was movie.
Donnie Darko?
Yeah, Donnie Darko. That's it.
Apparently Ryan's Googling skills are better.
Yes.
Let's see.
What
Is he
that?
really in it? I don't remember him being in the movie.
Oh yeah, maybe I'm just thinking of Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, I'm not seeing his name.
Huh. Gosh.
Drew Barrymore's in this movie. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Patrick
I'm
Swayze? What?
Yes. It's a weird movie. I must not have been paying attention when I watched it. When I didn't watch it, I guess. It's very weird. And then we watched the extended. There's an extended edition,
Okay.
and there's crazy wormholes that the characters can see or travel through or something. I don't know. It's bizarre.
The only reason I know about this movie is because I used to watch the Watch Mojo, like top 10 lists on YouTube a lot when those were still a big thing. And they always brought up Donnie Darko.
Donnie Darko, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
What do we talk about next week?
I don't know.
The Hobbit?
Oh. So painful.
It is
I did
painful.
start watching an episode of DS9. The one where the chief abducts Cisco.
The one
and
where
brings
Chief
him-
abducts Cisco and
Well,
brings him
Smiley.
Mirror Universe.
through the
Uh-huh.
looking glass?
Yeah, through the looking glass, right.
Is that
I
through
was
the looking
enjoying it.
glass?
I mean, one of the characters says that phrase
Right.
in the episode.
I thought because if memory serves, through the looking glass is the first one, where it's
Probably.
Kira and Bashir who go through to the other side. But I could be misremembering episode titles of Deep Space Nine.
There are quite a few episodes.
There are a number of episodes, indeed.
Perhaps we'll review trailers next week. Trailer for Star Trek Picard Season 2. Trailer for, I don't know what else there is.
I think I'm going to watch the documentary of the 501st Legion marching in the Rose Bowl parade. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Maybe we need to go watch the Black Widow movie and review that.
I did go watch it.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I did.
It is hardcore mediocre.
It's okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
Does it explain anything that I needed
That you needed explaining? No.
if you watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier, there is something in there that
Oh, the cameo that was in Falcon and the Winter
Yeah.
Soldier was supposed to happen in Black Widow first, but they delayed the movie.
Oh.
See, I know these things, and I haven't watched either of them.
Hmm. Well, you should watch WandaVision. We can review WandaVision next week.
Or not.
WandaVision.
Yes.
Or we could do our vlog next week.
Ah.
Vlog.
Yes.
Or we go to Best Buy.
Where we go to Best Buy.
Or we go to Happy Mac to look at new
That's
computers.
also an idea. Curtis, you need a new computer.
No, this is gonna last me in a while.
It's from like 07.
No. Well, my main Mac Pro is 2008.
I was close, and I didn't go over. I won the Price is Right.
My iMac that does all this stuff is, I think, 2011. It was a...
You could use something newer, Curtis. A
Probably.
boost.
Yeah, boosts are expensive.
They are.
I do like it that the Apple is bringing back the colored computers, like those
Oh.
original
Wow.
big round ones that
What
they
is
had.
old is new again.
Yeah,
Right.
Because originality is
our-
dead.
and like our iPod minis.
Right.
Those are cool.
Like semi-pastel colors,
Mhm.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun times.
Still got my... It is now 10 years old. The 2011
Let's
Mm.
go.
120 gig iPad.
Oh, yeah.
John, I don't think Curtis is going to sell his amp.
Ooh, Allie would love it if I would.
She would. He asked how much you want for it.
No, I don't even know what I paid for it. I bought it off eBay, and I had to talk the seller into actually shipping it because he lived in California
Ah.
and
Oof.
he didn't want to ship it.
Hmm.
Luckily, it was not damaged during transport, so...
Hooray.
Very good.
Unlike the piano, the keyboard.
Ooh, right.
Thanks, FedEx. Bastards.
Right.
Like and subscribe.
Or don't. Do